Okay, check this out. We've got the hero's path for the soul, for Talana, the 5-star perfect soul. Now, this time it's a little bit different. We don't need to open shards. We just need to get champions from any source. So if you got a mythical lying about, then you're already a good chunk of the way through this. Unfortunately, I don't have a mythical to claim, but I do have a couple legendaries, which is going to help quite a little bit. In fact, I think I got 2 legendaries, including Talana herself. So if I go here, I can fuse these 2, and that's already going to be 15,000 points, right? If you want to get the soul and the soul only, you're going to need a total of 80,000 points, which is, you know, pretty reasonable for normal hero paths, but because it's not based on how many shards you open and instead on how many champions you get, it's going to be a little bit based on how fortunate you are with your pulls, essentially. Now, the highlight of this will be the Void Shards, which currently have a 2x event going on, so 2 times chance of epic and legendary champions, and targeted champion boost. There's a 10x chance for Rhaia, the Mourned, the new Sylvian Watch's legendary attack Void champ. This is like the villain, the boss, right? That would be great to get her. 10x's usually aren't very great, but because it's a Void, you know, there aren't as many Void legendaries out there. You have a bit more of a chance than, say, a 10x on a Sacred. So we're going to try this today. We've got 17 Void Shards to pull. But before we do that, make sure to click the link in the description or scan the QR code over in the corner if you want a fresh raid account with a huge boost in free champions. Look, you can get all of these champions just for playing the game with my link. So if you're struggling or want a free challenge account or something, now's the time to do it with the link in the description. All right, let's go. I guess we're going to have to do just the voids, and we'll play it by ear on what shards, what champions we pull. If we get a bunch of rares, we're not having a good time. We are not having a good time. And we'll have to maybe do some sacreds or something. We'll have a look at things. The dream would be to get Rhaia the Mourned. And, you know, depending on what offers come up, we might get some Void Shards. But I'm not sure, you know. Like, I would like to get Rhaia. I don't think there's going to be a guaranteed event for Rhaia. So it's kind of like, will you get her from shards or will you not? This is probably the best chance to do it. So far, we're just getting rares. First epic coming in. It is Basher. Okay. You know, most Voids... They're pretty... I feel like there's a couple new Void epics that are okay, but they haven't really... Yeah. There's a lot of old champions in here that just aren't really that great, you know? Like Whisper. Apparently Whisper is really good for Hydra. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah, a Renegade, you know. Not many Void rares out there either, to be honest. So far, this is not looking... too beautiful. Then we have a 2x for legendaries. Oh, it's 1%, right? 1%. Better than nothing, but it's still pretty low. All right, we got a Paragon. A lot of rares. This is kind of a little bit painful. But here's a little trick. If you are someone who spends on shards, usually if you open your shards and you will run all out, then you might get an extra offer that comes up that usually ends up being a little bit more worthwhile. So keep an eye on that. So far, this is not looking good. Dented the Tusk Knight. Okay. We have to do some quick math to see if it's worth pulling our Sacreds. I kind of didn't want to pull my Sacreds. Knowing that it's like a Void pull, and not only that, it's based on the champions you pull, you know? Like, I don't know, Sacreds doesn't seem like it's going to be very worthwhile. In fact, maybe just Ancients is good. Oh my goodness, so many... rares coming on in here. And an epic to pull it off. It is Oboro. Not a terrible champ, to be honest, Oboro. I haven't got her yet. We do have some Ancients, we have some Mysteries, we have some Promos, some Sacreds. I kind of want to save my Sacred, so I'm kind of interested in doing that. I mean, we're doing it for a 5-star soul, so it'll be worth it. We've got 26,000 points, so we're about a little bit more than a quarter of the way there. So, yeah, I think we're going to go for it. Okay, here we go then. Round 2. We're just going to go through, you know, for the 5-star soul. We might not get Rhaia, but that's fine. As long as we can get the 5-star soul, this will all be okay. And if we do get Rhaia, that's an added bonus. Talana seems like quite a good champion. I still need to build her, of course. We just got the fragments. Wow, all put together. We just fused her or summoned her, essentially. So... we got to build her, man. Like, I've just spent a bunch of time trying to build out a mythical that I got. I got Garrel, who's a really good mythical now. And we did indeed get a 5-star soul for her. So that's huge, right? Only trouble is, I don't have any books for her, right? Mythical books are a bit of a hard one to come by. But, you know, long-term goals. We'll get there. Got a lot of epics and rares coming on in here. Oh. Okay. Okay. There it is. Well, that was certainly worth it then in the end. Look at that. We got Rhaia the Mourned. So, that's awesome. Great. Would you look at that? Okay, so obviously Rhaia the Mourned, new champ. Let's see what she does. Anguish and Agony attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit, so it's a multi-attack. Each hit will ignore 15% of the target's defense. Heals the champion by 30% of the damage inflicted. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills the target. Cool. A2 attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaker debuff on 2 turns. Will ignore 15% of the target's HP and any block damage buffs. Pretty good. Will also ignore an additional 5% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. Stacks up to 35%. Reduces the cooldown of this champion's Discordant Fury skill, which is the A3, by 1 turn, and places a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if this attack kills the target. And it cannot be resisted or blocked. So if you build her strong enough, essentially, and you hit this, you kill a player, you're also going to get a stun. So that's a pretty strong opener in Arena, I can imagine. And then we got the A3, attacks all enemies 3 times. Ooh! But before attacking, it places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Each hit has a 75% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each enemy. Fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each buff stolen. Okay, well, in Arena, there's so many buffs. So you're basically going to fill your turn meter. That's insane. And then the passive. This champion does 30% more damage while they're under 3 or more buffs. While this champion is under an increased attack buff, a block debuff buff, a veil, or a perfect veil at the same time, prevents this champion's death, and the debuffs and instant effects also cannot be resisted. Okay. Well, she can place an increased attack on the A3. So that basically, so she needs an increased attack and a veil. Interesting. So you need a champion that's going to place down that veil, and she's going to be really good. And she's got a 35% increased ally attack, but it only applies to Sylvian Watchers. That's kind of interesting. Very, very cool. Obviously, we now have the collection coming along. If we go like this, faction, Sylvian Watchers, we have, hang on, let's go legendary only, just to make this a little bit easier. Best ever of the Thorn, we got the other day. We got Folan, of course, we just built him now. And we got Rhaia the Mourned. And we also have Lana as well. And we'll find her. Hang on a minute, turn this off. Obviously, she's a High Elves champ. Pretty cool. Pretty good start, to be honest. Well, pretty good results, really. Now we just got to continue and get the 5-star soul with 40,000. So we are half of the way there. We need 80,000 in total. We may as well go for the final voids. You get more points for voids overall. And there's boosted odds for epic, right? What is it? 16% right now for voids. So it just makes sense to go through and do this. We're not going to get another legendary, of course. But yeah. May as well use the voids up whilst we've got boosted odds for epics. It's just going to get more points in total. Another Painkeeper. Okay. Yeah, I mean, good result. Good result. It all worked out well, didn't it? Awesome stuff. Ostrog's Bone Glaive. Okay, we just got to get those final points. You can do champion training as well. I'll be honest, I'm kind of low on energy, so we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how it goes. Might have to pull some Ancients at the end of the day. Ancients might have to come on in. Epics, great. Avoid epic is what? 3,000 points? That's kind of very important. Very, very important. That goes a long, long way in getting that thing completed. 5-star perfect soul, come on. You are on the way. Ah, good old scrapper. Yes, we love a good old scrapper. Who should we build first then? Rhaia the Mourned or Talana? That is the question. Right. I want to save my sacreds. Not going to lie. You know, sacreds without a 2x, without, like, points. Like, points based on shards. So, for example, summon rushes. Sacreds are the best. We may as well just do our ancients. Hopefully we get some epics here. That's 500 points for a bunch of rares. Okay. We might have to squeeze out some champion training then. 2.4k there. All right. We can do another 10. It's all right. The event's almost over. 4,400. Brilliant. We got 4 more. So we're basically pretty shard broke now. We're just going to do some saving up. Probably going to take a back seat a little bit and save up some more shards and energy and gems for like a couple weeks, you know, because we are pretty low. I was thinking about maybe starting like a free-to-play challenge account with one of the new champions. There's a FEMO code right now, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll try him on a new account. That'd be pretty fun. So, you know, let's have a look how close we are here. Let's have a look. We got 55,000. Oh, goodness. That is, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, I can definitely do some champion training. I guess we're going to have to do that. And I'll probably do the rest off video. Let's have a little look here. Well, yeah, a decent amount of energy. We can probably do the rest in champ training. We haven't got any, like, boosted odds. I guess we're just going to do Dragon's Lair. Or we could do the event dungeon. Makes sense. In fact, let's put the event dungeon on now in the background. We'll just do 20. It's more efficient for our energy. And then we'll do 3 sacreds. How about that? Let's do 3 sacreds. At least we get epics, which is what? 2,000 points, is it? Lion's Guard Galatea. Okay. Cool. I'm trying to think about this mathematically here. You know? Mathematically, how many more sacreds do I need? Let me see. Right now, try not to go overkill with it. We are 61,000, so if it's 2,000 per, we need 10 sacreds. Let's have a look at, like, a few little runs of this. Well, we've done 2 runs already in super. Let's do 3 runs just to see how many points we can get. Obviously, I don't have much energy, so we'll try and work out how much we need to do to get this complete. Wait a little minute. Okay, so we did essentially 4 runs, 64 energy used, and we got 145 points for 64 energy. So right now I got 1,800 energy, right? Let's have a workout of this. That's going to come up to about 4,000 points. You know, 4,000 points, which is great. But that does leave us a little bit short on completing the event. So we're going to get 4,000 points for champion, just accessory grinding. That's going to put us up to 66,000. And then we still need another 12k. So that's another 6 sacreds. All right, we'll do 5. We'll do 5 sacreds. And then that will basically push us over the edge. Ultimate garlic. Okay. I like calling him ultimate garlic, not Gallic. See the difference? Oh. Low-key. Okay. That's low-key pretty cool. All right. Fair enough. That saves things. That saves things. So what did we say? We get 4,075. So we actually only need 2 more sacreds. Brilliant. That saved us a little bit then, didn't it? All right, Mr. Loki, coming on in. What a good little run. There we go. Right, that will be it. I'll do the accessory grinding not on the video because it's boring to watch. You don't need to see that. But we basically completed this. Brilliant stuff. What a great result. Thanks for watching. Let me know how your pulls go, and I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.